Hey y'all, happy Monday. Today is March 2nd, and I'm coming to you guys with a word, something that God dropped on me yesterday, but he has, not yesterday, maybe Saturday. It started on Saturday, and then he brought it all around to me on yesterday. So, a lot of prophetic voices or pastors or teachings, they teach that when you are separated, usually it's for a bad reason. Like when you are separated from the people around you, it's God's protection. God has heard things that you have not heard. God has heard things about you in your absence. God is isolating you to elevate you. We talk a lot about when God separates us, and a lot of the times, just being honest, you have to be able to be honest with yourself. A lot of the times when we feel like God is separating us from somebody, we always look to point the finger at them. Oh, they must be doing something and God don't want me around them. Oh, God is elevating me and you just not a person who can go with me. Like your mannerisms and how you still are, God do not want that around me. Like it be a lot of reasoning that we assign to them and their character and their behavior and their mannerisms. And while a lot of the time that's true, y'all, sometimes it can just be as simple as you are no longer aligned. It's no bad blood. That person don't hate you. You don't hate that person. Nobody said or did anything that offended the other person. It is simply you guys are now going two different directions. You are not aligned in you are not aligned to communicate anymore. And sometimes it's not even you're not aligned to communicate. You're just not aligned to be a part of each other's journey. So maybe God will bring y'all back together in 5 years for a business deal. Or maybe God will bring y'all back together. You happen to be in the same city. Y'all see each other. It don't mean that there's beef. It don't mean that there's a problem. It don't mean that God separated you because this person was a nasty person to you or you was a nasty person to them. It's just you guys are no longer aligned anymore. And to tie that all together, God took me to Ruth chapter 1. So let me first tell y'all what the situation was. I have a friend. I've known her since high school. We went to high school together. We went to college together. Now, being honest, is this like a close friend? No. We don't really hang out. We don't really text or call each other. We call each other sis. We say we love you to each other. But it's usually like on some, I post something on Facebook, she comment, and I respond. She posts something on Instagram, I comment, she respond. We might send a little note to each other from a story or something like that. But it's really like, we not close. Even though we've known each other at least 10 years, we're not close. Well, since I've moved to Colorado, she's been on my mind on 2 different occasions. Now, the last time she was on my mind was in November, and I ended up reaching out to her. I had a dream about her, and I ended up reaching out to her. She responded, yeah, I'm good. We were good from there. Over the past couple of weeks, she had been on my mind. And I kept meaning to I realized I hadn't seen none of her stuff on Instagram. Like, like when you see they head to know that they posted something. I realized I hadn't seen that in a while. But I kept forgetting. It was really something not, I just kept forgetting to check in on her. So the other day, Saturday, I believe, I decided, let me go check. She on my mind again. Let me go check on her. I realized she had unfollowed me on Instagram and caused for me to unfollow her. So we were not friends on Instagram anymore. Then I go to look her up on Facebook. I realized we're not friends on Facebook anymore. So she had unfriended me on any platform that we were friends on. And so initially I was like, oh, it's beef? It's a problem? And I had to sit with God because it made me start recalling the last time we communicated. It made me start thinking, okay, because I'm somebody who always hold herself accountable. So if I feel like I might have wronged something, I'm always going to look at myself first. I'm never going to point the finger at somebody else first. I'm always going to look at if I might have done something that offended somebody. So I'm just recalling, and I'm like, I don't think I said anything. Did I? Is she mad I didn't come to her wedding? She didn't invite me to her wedding. So I'm recalling everything. And I decided to send her a text. Now, one of the things that I'm learning when it comes to friendships and stuff like that, don't sit on stuff when you are offended, especially if it's somebody that you care about. Go talk to them about it. You don't have to confront them. So what was this that you said, or why you did this? Why you unfriending me on this? Is there a problem? You don't have to go like that. It could just be, hey sis, I just wanted to make sure we cool. I just wanted to make sure I didn't, if I offended you in any way, I want to apologize. Like, whatever the case may be, you can go to the person who you might have offended, who you feel you might have offended, and have a conversation. It don't have to be no confrontational thing. It don't have to be no, girl, did you see that girl unfollow me? So it's beef. Like, did you hear anything about it? Like, so it's not a lot of women, but it's some people in general, they just get real catty about it. Like, y'all are the first people to know that this girl unfollowed me. I ain't told a soul because it's not that big of a deal to me. And because she is somebody that I care about, I'm not going to put a bug in nobody's ear about her. I don't care what the situation is. I'm not going to make nobody look at her differently. So I had texted her. that night, and I'm in Colorado, so the time difference is 2 hours. So when it was 9 p.m. my time, it was 11 p.m. her time. So I texted her, and I was like, hey, it's late now, so I'm going to call you tomorrow. So on Sunday, I called her. The phone call went straight to voicemail. But I was like, she could have blocked me, or she could just have her phone on Do Not Disturb. Like, she could be in church or something like that. So I texted her, and it delivered. So I'm like, okay, I'm not blocked. She hasn't responded. She never responded, never called back. Did I start feel some type of way about it? Absolutely. Because I'm a person, if I care enough to reach out, to make sure that there's not a problem, then I care about you. And of course, I want that to be received well, and I want that to be responded to. But that's just not how everybody was. And after a while, I actually started feeling like, I hope we don't talk, because I don't want to put her on blast about her unfollowing me. Like, if she did it in an innocent type way, for whatever reason, I don't want her to feel bad about it. If she felt like she needed to do that, I don't want to put her on Front Street, like letting her know, yeah, I know that you did this. Even if I was coming to her in a non-confrontational way, I don't want to put her on Front Street that I know that she unfollowed me and had me unfollow her. Right? I don't know what that's going to do to her. I don't know the reason why she did it. Yeah, so I didn't push the matter. She not blocked. I didn't delete her number and nothing like that. I didn't push the issue. But I did go and ask God, like, okay, so why is that happening? Like, what's up with that? And God took me to Ruth chapter 1. And so if y'all remember in Ruth chapter 1, Naomi is married and she has a husband. And she has 2 sons. And her 2 sons marry these Moabite women, Orpah and Ruth. And then the 2 sons die. So now it's nobody but Naomi and the 2 ladies. And Naomi decides that she's going to move back to her hometown. And as they start the journey, she tells the ladies, okay, it's time for you guys to go back to your families and your gods and your hometowns. You don't have to follow me. And initially they cry and they're like, no, we both want to go with you. And she's like, well, I'm too old to be getting married. And if I do get married, are you guys going to wait for my sons to grow up and marry them again? No, you shouldn't put your life on hold for me. So you should go home. You should go back. Orpah went back home. Ruth said, I'm going wherever you going. Now, was that a bad thing that Orpah left and Ruth stayed? No. Orpah was no longer a part of whatever journey was about to happen for them. They were no longer aligned. It's no beef. It's no bad blood. It's no she did a wrong thing and one did a right thing. It's that they were just no longer aligned for the journey. Simple as that. Another story that comes to mind is in Genesis chapter, I believe it's 13. In Genesis chapter 12, Abraham leaves. God tells Abraham to leave his family, leave his father's house. I'm about to take you into your promised land. I'm going to take you into the land that I'm going to gift you later on. I believe it's in Genesis chapter 13 when Abraham and Lot is Abraham's nephew. Lot leaves the hometown with Abraham. But when they get to this specific land in chapter 13, Abraham says, which land do you want? You could take the right or you could take the left. Lot takes his land. Abraham then starts traveling his land. That separation, is that a bad thing? Was it bad that Lot decided not to go with Abraham or Abraham decided not to go with Lot? Is it a bad thing that they did not continue their journey together? at that specific point, they weren't aligned to God had something that he needed to do within Abraham. God had something that he might have needed to do within Lot that we don't know about. Right? So it's not wrong that they separated. It's not wrong that they started this journey together and then now all of a sudden they are going in two different ways. And so the message behind this is, while sometimes God's separation is protection. God has heard things about you that was not so kind, and he don't want you to be a part of it no more. God has saw you be used and abused, and he don't want you to be in that space anymore. God has saw people mistreat you, and he trying to remove you so he can bless you. God has moved you so he can isolate you and elevate you in a new way. Those are the stories sometimes. Those are absolutely, I have been elevated for each of those reasons, because I've been abused and misused, because God was trying to elevate me and God needed to prune me, because God wanted just to take me out of certain situations where he saw me being mistreated. I have absolutely been taken out of people's life or had people taken out of my life for those reasons. But this is also a situation where there was nothing wrong. There was nothing wrong. And we are no longer aligned, and it's not a bad thing. If that girl texts me today, I'm a love on her and talk to her as if I didn't notice anything. Again, I don't want to put her on Front Street about that. I'm going to check in with her. How's married life? How's the job? How's this and that? And we're going to, let that go. It don't have to be a bad thing. And I want us to start getting into the mindset, when God separates us, it don't mean that that person is a bad person or was a bad person to us. Sometimes we are just no longer aligned for that space. And another message that God wanted me to put out was regarding, there's a season that, so in motherhood, before the baby comes, so let me go back to where it started. So I seen this post I've seen it several times. The last time I saw it was on Facebook. And this lady said, a man better not get me pregnant unless he's ready to take me out of work. Because there's no way I'm working and making a human at the same time. And it just made me think about all the times. I don't know nobody who's been more unemployed than me. But it makes me think about all those times that God has removed me from situations because there was something that he wanted me to do. There was something that he wanted me to give birth to. It was confirmed when I got out the shower this morning as I was pulling all of this together. The time was 6:16 in the Strong's Greek Concordance, or Hebrew's Concordance, Greek, I believe. It means to give birth to. Sometimes God will pull you away from people or environments or situations because there is something that he wants you to give birth to, or it's something that he wants another person to give birth to. And when we talk about God being a girl dad, or when we talk about our husbands need to be able to do this for us, God is our very first husband. Let's learn to be grateful and thankful for when he does things for us. Before a physical human husband does anything for us, let's be grateful for when God does anything for us. You guys know right now that I'm employed. My contract ended on 2/20, and I have been finding myself seeking God on, what are you doing? But also thanking you, because there is something that you want me to birth in this season. And you removed that stressful job, and you are allowing me time to prepare to give birth to this thing. God took me to Proverbs chapter 24, verse 27. And it says, you want to prepare your land and you want to plan before you build a house on it. I'm finna bring it up real quick because I did not mean to even talk about this, but we just going to let God flow. Y'all know when I get up here, I usually do not have anything specific to say because I let God do what he's going to do. I don't want to stop him. Proverbs 24:27 says, do your planning and prepare your fields before you're building your house. And then I ended up looking up 24:27 in the Strong's Greek Concordance. And in the Strong's Greek Concordance, it means to make sufficient, to qualify, to enable. It means properly reaching the place of sufficiency and hence making someone qualified. What do you qualify to? God is putting you in a place where he is making you sufficient. He is enabling you for you to qualify for whatever it is that he finna take you to. He is qualifying you for whatever it is that he finna take you through. You about to be prepared in that space where God has taken you away from environments and people and stuff, and God is putting you in a situation where you're about to give birth to something. God is removing you. God is putting you in a place so that you can be qualified, so that you can be enabled and you can learn the skills and you can learn to plan, or not even learn to plan, but you can plan and prepare for what it is. Y'all, in the Strong's Hebrew Concordance, 24:27 means strength, power, wealth, capability, but do you know what also means a throe, which is expectant of childbirth? It is a pain that you experience in childbirth. Definition of a throe. Definition of a throe is intense or violent pain and struggle, especially accompanying birth, death, or great change. God has a lot of us in our birthing season. And there are some people, there are some mannerisms, there are some things that cannot go with us. So there is going to be a great separation. It's not that that person is bad. It's not that that environment is bad. It's not that those things that you knew at that time were bad. What it is no longer in alignment for what God wants to birth through you. So don't take separations personal. Don't take somebody not talking to you personal. Don't take somebody unfollowing you on a social media platform personal. God is trying to birth something through you. And yes, it comes with pain. It comes with aggravation. It comes with frustration. It comes with feeling alone. But God is doing that for a reason. Y'all, there's nothing happened under the sun that God don't know about. God knew when that girl unfollowed me, and he knew why, even though I didn't. And that's okay. God is preparing us for alignment. God is preparing us for alignment with environments, with jobs, with business opportunities, with some of us giving actual birth, with marriage, with motherhood and fatherhood, with business relationships, with good friendships. God is aligning us to where he is trying to take us. But guess what? It may come with some pain. It may come with some not understanding of what's going on. You may not understand what's going on, but trust God and believe in him and understand that whatever season you are in, God is birthing something through it, even if it's a new version of you. That's my word for today. I love you guys. I hope you are having a blessed day, and I will see y'all on my next one.